As we all know, we are deep into the election season, and Conexion Media Group has been doing a special effort in trying to talk to the different candidates from the region. We have had several of them come on to our networking socials that we have had through Zoom and Facebook Live. And in this show, we are going to be interviewing some of them, including Richard Johnson, who is running for the Okaloosa County Commission District 5. Here is our interview with Richard Johnson. And right now, I'm going to have Richard Johnson come on, and we're going to do an interview with him. Mr. Johnson is running for the Okaloosa County District 5 seat, and he has just joined us for an interview. Richard, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, David. It's good to see you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I know you all are busy, with interviews and running around doing the election season kind of things that you all do. This is your first time running, I understand, so I'm sure you're getting a good taste of all that it takes, right? It takes a lot of work, doesn't it?
It's a lot of work. I did not appreciate how much work it would take when it seemed like a good idea, and it still seems like a good idea. But I did not appreciate what it would take. In fact, just today I've been driving almost the entire circuit of the county, doing different chores that I needed to do, or meeting different people that I needed to meet, or doing one other interview that I had earlier today. So it's been an exciting day, and here I am back at my desk.
Glad to talk to you. And thank you again. Thank you again for joining us. I know that since you started, obviously you've had a lot of different interviews, different visits to different entities. In this audience, you're going to get to talk to a multicultural audience, hopefully from throughout the area here. And we want to thank you for coming, because I know you guys are very busy. But let's start off by telling us a little bit about Richard Johnson. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you running?
Well, I'm running because I love where I live. It's just that simple. And I like to be busy. I like to serve. And it was the opportunity presented itself when Kelly Wines decided not to run for re-election. I never really had any, in particular, inkling to run for office before, although I would consider myself a political junkie. I do follow politics. But when he decided not to run was the first time that the idea really entered my mind. And it just seemed to fit as I tried to maneuver around the idea, look at it from every angle, and decide whether it was a good idea through some prayer, discernment, talking with my wife and my kids, my family, and good friends. It just seemed to fit where I'm at in my life right now. I'm 51 years old. I'll be 52 in about a month. My children are almost all teenagers. One of them is not quite there yet. They go to our local schools. My wife and I have been married for 22 years, and I have a successful practice here. I have a successful title company, and I have been building residential subdivisions for about 22 years now. And so the timing seemed right. The opportunity seemed right. And when opportunity knocks, I like to go after things optimistically and aggressively. So it seemed like the right time, the right place, and the right circumstances. And I took the chance, and here I am today, probably 8 months into this decision. And I'm still, on all levels, very excited about the opportunity that has presented itself here, and the fact that I chose to run. I don't have any regrets about it. I've enjoyed most every minute of it. It's a little hot out there these days, but that's okay.
And it's great meeting the people that hopefully you will end up representing, obviously, right? A lot of handshaking going on, a lot of visiting homes.
That's been really one of the best parts about it. I have lost count, but somewhere in excess of 7,000, 7,500 new people. I like meeting people. I am outgoing. That's my personality. My wife certainly would agree with that. And meeting people is never something that I find to be a challenge. In fact, I look forward every day. So this just, again, it just fit for where I'm at. And I've met so many great people. I knew that the county has so many good reasons to be optimistic about the future. And as I met so many new people that fundamentally fit the same mold that everybody else I already knew. It's just an honest, hardworking, patriotic, military, civic-oriented community that wants to see itself do well. And frankly, when you have a collective spirit like that, good things happen. And that's why we're where we are today, even in spite of COVID, even in spite of the circumstances that we see in the globe. We have an optimistic spirit and a reason to be optimistic about the future.
Outstanding. And what about one of the things that I heard you mention? You know, there are three things that you're running for: jobs, the infrastructure, and fiscal responsibility. Let's talk about the jobs piece of things. What can you do what can the commission do to revive the economy that we know has been greatly hurt in our region?
Well, one thing is the freedom to contract. One thing is to be free to do what it is that you are called to do and be creative. But that generality aside, 9 months ago, that idea of jobs was fundamentally just the typical thing. But lately, in the last 4 or 5 months, because of COVID, we've seen so many people suffer. Our unemployment rate here in the county, which was as low as it gets anywhere in the nation, anywhere in the world, was less than 3%. And now it's in excess of 11%. And that's just a tragic event. Very, very unfortunate. And when I think about the health and welfare of our community, I think about people going to work and performing and doing and creating, being who they were built to be as human beings. And so, yes, COVID is real. Yes, the risk of getting sick is unfortunate, but not being able to pay the rent, not being able to pay the mortgage, not being able to feed your kids and your wife and doing those things is also a part of life, and we have to aggressively pursue those things. So, but more to the dialing in and getting in. I like to look at things from 30,000 feet, and then I like to come in and look at them at a microscope. And so, dialing in, look, our military has to be supported first and foremost.
Yes,
a critical mission for our nation, for the safety of our globe, in my mind, and obviously for our nation. It's critical for our area in terms of our safety, but also our jobs. And we have to honor that military mission in every way that we can. Secondarily, our natural resources bring a lot of tourists here, and that's a big part of our economy as well. But I don't see any reason why we can't have a third leg to that stool. I don't see why we can't have, like the county has just decided to buy this land up the Shoal River Ranch, and I'm glad that they did. I support that idea, because what it does is it creates an industrial park and an incentive-based area for growth to occur, which is where it will occur is more northerly, more towards I-10, more towards that middle part of the county, north of Eglin Air Force Base. What a great opportunity! What a great idea! What a great vision for the county! I want to be a part of that. That's going to create the manufacturing jobs, the assembly jobs, the high-tech jobs, the aerospace jobs. Those types of things are going to come there, and we have an employment base here that's trained. Some of the best employees in the world live right here, and they retire here because they want to live here, and we want to help them find ways to have careers here. Look, any job is a good thing. Right. All honest work is a great thing. It's what we're meant to do. It's what we were created to do, to be busy, to use our hands, to use our minds. But it's also something I would like to see. Whatever my kids decide to do, whatever my grandchildren decide to do, whatever anybody else that lives here decides to do, is that there's another leg to that opportunity. The military is great. Our tourism is great. But if you wanted to do a career that was sort of private action in a technology park in an aerospace division, and you want to make the kind of income that you need to support yourself in this community, that's the kind of long-term jobs that we want here. That's what we want to grow. I don't see why we can't do that and be in harmony with those two other things. In fact, even enhance and encourage growth collectively. I mean, positive things grow positive things. Darkness does not bring out light. Light brings out the light. And so these are things that we can do directly in terms of answering your question. So jobs, very critical.
And that goes, and you mentioned already, that goes, to trying to keep the military retirees here. As you know, there's a lot of retirees coming out of the service, and many of them are staying here or want to stay here. We got a great environment, good schools, and all that. And so the commission, I think, has great opportunities at all times to do new things to try and attract them to stay here. Do you agree with that? Is there things that the commission can implement or do to try and keep those military minds here, those great experience that they have, the abilities that they have, the discipline that they have. So
not only can it should. Most military people that I talk to don't want to leave the area, but what we should do is enhance that idea and nourish it so that they have other reasons to stay in the area, because they are such a great resource for our community in all that they offer. So again, that technology park up in the north end of the county is a huge opportunity for growth. A short amount of retraining, a short amount of retooling that mind that's been shaped so long with our great military service here, and they can adapt in that environment and excel, and frankly just walk right in the door and do exactly what the employer needs, wants, and even go bigger than that.
Outstanding. I agree with that. And time goes by very fast, when you're having fun, as they say, right? And you've given us a lot of great answers and good information on the kind of things that you think about that are driving, your candidacy here. You're talking to an audience. Tell them why Rich Johnson should be the candidate to choose for the District 5.
Well, I moved here 26, 27 years ago out of law school. I am an attorney. I have a title company with 3 offices, and I've been building residential subdivisions for 20 years. I've been doing that with nothing, right? Not since then. When I came here, I had nothing. In fact, even less than nothing. I had a bunch of law school debts. I didn't have any family here. I didn't have any money. And Okaloosa County invited me into its home, and I was grateful, and I took advantage of that. And I want to show the county how much I appreciate it by serving it with the skills that I've learned as an adult and throughout my entire life. So why do I want you to vote for me? Look, I'm a conservative Republican. I'm a successful small businessman. I have been managing my own budgets and doing so successfully for, as I said, 27 years. And I'd like to do that for the county. When I build my residential subdivisions, I've been building roads. I've been building underground infrastructure, roads, sewers, water delivery, utilities, those types of things. So I'm versed in that knowledge. I'm versed in making sure that I manage my budgets well. Every penny counts. Every penny counts. When you're spending money, you should know where every dime is going. Yes. And you should find ways and look for ways to save those dimes. There's always, in the private sector, if you want to be successful, you have to first think, what's my overhead? Because overhead is what will kill any business. If you have a great idea and you don't watch your overhead, you will fail. And the government here locally, to me, is running a business. It's roughly a $500 million budget. It's providing you your services. It's providing you your roads to get to your work and to your children's education and to your activities and to the restaurants that you enjoy. You need somebody, I believe, you'd want somebody that can manage that budget well, watch every penny, eliminate some wasteful spending, and then find ways to creatively spend money that's been saved that, again, goes back for the benefit and the service of the members of our society here that live here. There's ways you can do that, and there's things that can be done immediately. For instance, the convention center is currently run by our local government. It's a fantastic resource, and it's underutilized, and it's run by our government. There's no incentive for it to be utilized to its fullest capacity, and it's costing our taxpayers money. So what can we do? You can find a qualified, responsible lessee that manages commercial leases in a professional way, that is then incentivized to go out and find ways to maximize the use of that building so that they can earn a profit for themselves. But meanwhile, one, you get rid of that overhead off the budget immediately. You'll eliminate that obligation. And secondarily, on top of it, it's even better because you create a revenue source for the county that then can be used to spend dollars on services to the community. That's something that to me is overdue. And it's a quick fix with a lot of money that doesn't have to be spent and actually create revenue for us. So I would immediately act to do that if I can get 2 other commissioners to work with me on that. And again, there's just, going through the budget line item, there's always some way to save money. And these days with COVID and the fact that our sales tax receipts are going to go down, we have to find ways to save money. It's, if you don't have the money, don't spend it. And now's the time to pay particular attention to those things. In good times, we need to save money so that on bad days like today, when rainy days like today, we can cover those expenses that are critical and essential that have to be met. And we've done that well. The county's done a fantastic job of that. And so now, going through the budget line item one piece by piece, I think there's probably some other ways that we can save money as well. So that's just one example.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we want to thank you again for coming and visiting with us. We want to wish you the best of luck, and I know you're working very hard to earn that spot. And I hope you succeed. You got some wonderful, wonderful ideas and some great things that you had brought up that I'm sure people will consider when they go out and vote on 18 August, correct?
That's right. Early voting starts this weekend. I know there's been some absentee voting. Look, I'm Rich Johnson. I'm a conservative Republican. I'm a successful small business owner. I'm not a career politician. I hope to earn your vote. Please look me up, www.richforcommission.com for the actual number. Rich Johnson, conservative Republican. And thank you very much, David. Thank you very much to the entire audience. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you, Rich. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful Emerald Coast Day.
You too. God bless.
We'll see you next time. God bless you.
I'm Rich Johnson, conservative Republican candidate for Okaloosa County Commission. I'm concerned about our future growth here. A new vision for our county is more than a slogan. I want to put my experience and insight as a small business owner to work for the benefit of all citizens. You can count on me to support reducing traffic congestion, ensuring local access to our beaches and water, promoting our local job growth and responsible development. And as always, first and foremost, our military is our mission. Politics is not my career, but I am interested in serving the county that I love. I'm Republican Rich Johnson. Thank you for your vote on August 18th.
Paid for by Rich Johnson, Republican for Okaloosa County Commission District 5.
Do you want to advertise to thousands of Hispanics and non-Hispanics in Northwest Florida, and Southern Alabama?
¿Quieres promover tu empresa y producto a miles de hispanos y no hispanos?
Connexion is your most cost-efficient way to do so.
Conexión es tu solución.
We are the largest English and Spanish publication in our region. Our primary mission is to inform, guide, and educate our readers via interesting content.
Somos la publicación mensual en español y en inglés de la más grande distribución en toda la región. Además de las 5,000 copias en papel, tenemos activas las redes sociales, incluyendo Facebook, Twitter e Instagram, y también por Internet.
Conexion is your bridge to connect you to the growing Hispanic market in the region. Call us.
Llámanos.